So in Pinterest, when you log in, you get this screen where it's showing you everything you've done essentially across all sorts of different boards. And they changed this, I don't know, last year sometime, because you used to get boards and now you just get this whole bunch of stuff. Oh, I still have some scheduled pins, but we'll come back to
A whole
that.
bunch of other people's stuff.
Well, no, this is all my stuff.
Oh,
This is all my stuff. This is all mine. But it's,
but you posted it there.
I posted it there, but this is all.
So mine should be blank.
Right. Yeah. So what you want to do now, you do need to have some kind of a little thing here. And of course, there's an edit so that you can do things.
Tammy did that.
Okay. So, and there's an edit profile and all of that kind of stuff. So anyway, created means that these are pins you've created. And that's why they're here. And what I do is I create my pin so that it's the way I want it to look. And I'll explain that a little more in a bit. You're getting a class now.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing you want to do really for what you're doing is you want to go to saved. And what saved does is it takes you to your boards. Okay.
Okay.
So these are my boards. I have a lot of boards. Trying to, okay, I'll just go ahead and do something here. So the thing that, what does that do? There's a plus sign over here. I'll come back to that. So anyway, what I wanted to do was update this card ideas, and you can see very few letters show up. So these first few letters are very important so that your board's name is what people see.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so in your case, you would put Valentine or Love Mugs would be the good title for a board. Spring garden mugs.
I like that. Love mugs.
Yeah.
Valentine love mugs.
Yeah, or just love mugs, because that's good for Mother's Day or any time, or
Mhm.
you know, romance or whatever. So love mugs is good for any time, and it's not seasonal. So when you say Valentine's, okay, that's seasonal, but if it's just a love mug, you can keep it up there all season long. It doesn't, you know, you're not designating it for a specific day of the year.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
Now, on your titles, it's really important that your titles, you can have longer titles, which I'll show you, but your first couple of words are what's important. So garden mugs, love mugs, Halloween mugs, you know, whatever.
Okay.
Or cups and mugs. Yeah, but then that's going to be kind of it. So you can see that we have some limitations here. So I'm going to go to this one because this one is new. And there's a little pencil, as always, there's the little pencil so that you can edit the board. You can either click on the board. I just clicked on the board. Now the board is just showing everything. And this is what I did last week. I made that Valentine newsletter. Did you see it?
No.
Oh.
But you know what? My emails, I have like 9,000 emails that I've not looked at.
You're going to do, you need to do some weeding big time.
I do.
Yeah. So anyway, what I did was I sent out a newsletter last Friday because one of my commitments that I made to myself was that I wanted to start sending newsletters again on a regular basis. And I want to use what I've been learning this past year, especially in the last couple of months. One of the coaches, her claim to fame is that she discovered that by using stories when she's doing presentations and everything she does, it engages people, it draws them in.
It does.
And she's talking about being anecdotal and moments in moments in time that are relevant for your audience. So when, you know, one of the things I would say to you is that when you create garden mugs, it's relevant to this other thing that you're doing. And so when you're doing like a garden video and you go ahead and you buy one of your own mugs and it's relevant, you know, you can talk about why you started to create mugs, you know, and you just make it short and sweet. It doesn't have to be long. So I told a very short, sweet, and Valentine is in the title. So if you find my email, you'll see what I did. So I made a very small story and I got a response. I had 3 people email me because I had that little story in there. So I went into Pinterest and I deleted, and see that you can't edit a link in a pin. I'll say that again. You cannot edit a link in a pin.
You have to delete it.
You have to delete it and start over.
Okay,
So
got
we'll
it.
get to that. So what I did was I went into my affinity photo and I created, you can see this is one pin. What I did was, you know, we'll blow that up. I created these pins by putting the plain artwork and 2 versions of my coloring of that artwork, because
I think that's marvelous.
oh, thank you. These are cards. You can buy this Valentine download PDF from the Etsy store. So these are just, you know, and so the link is in here so that somebody could go to the Etsy store and they could get these and color them themselves. But I had not done this before, giving an example of showing here it is plain and here's what you can do with it.
I think that's cool.
2 different ideas.
Really good idea.
Okay. And over here is a little arrow so that I can go back to the whole board. Okay.
Okay.
So I did that for the different coloring cards. So these are some of the coloring cards, and that is the image. Now on Pinterest, they prefer these kind of long pins. They're not real keen on horizontal or square pins, but you'll notice it works. So don't worry about it. Pinterest will recommend that you make these vertical pins. But I'm finding, you know, it's showing my horizontal pins just fine, or the ones that are square, or the ones that are directly from, y'all have to fix that one, I think. But then, you know, so I went ahead and I created some vertical pins to make it more engaging. This is another color book I offer. And then there's scheduled ones that are going to show these different coloring pages. So the way you create a pin, and I will go ahead, I'm just taking a quick look here to see what I've got up there, so I know what I'm going to be putting there. And I think I double checked these. Oh yeah, you can see underneath it says Highlander Stamps Etsy. So all of these I found had good links. Okay, these are good links. And I will, as I said, I'll explain this more to you too. So all of these, it's interesting, this doesn't say Highlander Stamps Etsy underneath these, but it does have coloring cards. And so these are good links also.
You had a whole lot of hearts.
Hey, over the years, I've made a lot of cards, and there's some from other people. This was another person's. Where's Lori's? That was somebody else's. Those 2. That was somebody else's. So I've had people submit some cards that I've been able to put up. But yeah, I design them, so what the heck? I might as well do the fun. So actually last week I spent some time coloring because I didn't, those got lost in the fire, whatever I'd done. So hey, I'll print them out and make some new ones. What the heck?
Was that using colored pencil?
Yeah.
Wow. It's like your coloring is like years ahead of what I end up doing.
Oh, well, the trick is you start with the lightest one, and then you find darker ones, and then you go to a darkest one. So there's 3 different colored pencils here.
Got it.
That's
good
all.
trick. Thank you.
That's
I
all.
can see that now that you pointed it out.
Yeah, and we haven't done colored pencil technique together yet. So, and then this is just, this is just a brown pencil, a pink pencil, and kind of this little tan kind of coloring and a bright red.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, oh, and then there was a silver.
Silver.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, so onward with the Pinterest lesson. Now, the reason why you don't want to pin from Etsy. Okay. If you go to your Etsy shop, oops, if you go to your Etsy shop and you bring up an item, Etsy, if I were to pin from this item, so like right here, Pinterest, save. If I were to pin from here, what would happen is that once that's sold, the link would be broken and that pin would no longer be useful.
Oh, what a pain in the butt. So they start all over again.
You would have to keep repinning every time
Mhm.
somebody bought that item. But that doesn't mean you can't put a pin there. The trick is to go to, in this case, I would go to the section. So you would go to your
Valentine's Day, for example.
right, or Christmas, or Mother's Day, whatever, or gardening, whatever this section is, as long as you have an item in that section is valid and the link never dies.
Got it.
Okay, but Etsy, every single time somebody buys an item, there is a new number assigned to it, even when it's repetitive, such as these mugs.
Got it.
Because that particular time it's sold. So now it needs a new number because it can't assign the same number to multiple sales. It's a bookkeeping thing.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. So what you do is you choose the section that you want to feature. You copy that link.
Got it.
Okay. You go back to Pinterest and you go over here up at the top and you create.
Oh, okay.
Create a pin.
But I didn't do a board yet.
Oh, stay with me.
Okay.
Stay with me. I'm going to create a pin because I haven't created a board yet either.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So create the pin and you
Okay.
get this window. So I'm just going to drop that link right here. It says add a destination link right here. It's too light for you to see. So, okay. So there's the link. And see, I've forgotten. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go look at that. And it's a mandala of the moon mug. Okay. So let's see. And I'm remembering that only the first 40 characters will show. They recommend that you have 40 characters, but more than that will not show in the title.
Okay.
Mandala moon mug. And then get fancy from there. Midnight blue with Celtic design. Mandala moon mug, midnight blue with Celtic design, phases of the moon. So you can, wax poetic, a little bit, or it's like,
oh, so I have to do this for every single mug.
No, hang on. There's a trick.
Okay. Okay.
Stay with me.
Keep my pants on.
Well, that's why we're recording this. Because, once you get the rhythm of this, it's going to be easy. But yeah, you got to get the rhythm of this. Okay. So Celtic design, mugs, printed on demand and shipped directly to you designs, all by artist, Kim Victoria. And I'm going to say that's enough for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that. Now this is where I like my little notes program. It's called Text Edit. You have one called Notes in your
Mhm.
So what I'm going to do is Pinterest info for mugs on Etsy. So I'm just going to give that a title. I'm going to save that to my desktop. Just keep the same name. And what I'm going to go down here is what I'm going to go back and forth. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to paste it. I'm going to go over, let's see, I'll go back to that. So anyway, so I'm going to put the title here, copy that, and paste it. So what I'm doing is I'm copying and pasting, so I don't have to keep retyping the same thing.
Right.
And I've made all those pins, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Once I have this document, I can just copy that link over and over and over again. So I'm going to go back to Etsy. I'm in that section. I'm going to copy that again. And I'm going to paste that. So now oops, no, it didn't take. All right, get rid of that. Go back to Etsy. Come on, highlight the whole thing. Copy, paste. Okay, so now I have this link.
Yeah.
Now that I have all that, now I can go back and I can go hog wild. All right, now the thing is okay, I need an image. I'm not sure if I think I did. Oh, it's over here. Okay, so that's my project file. Project.
Well, I'll have to figure out how.
Okay, so what I do is
Picture.
I save all of these images into a file. So I have all
Mhm.
of my mug images in a file. So I'm going to grab that. And there it is.
Mhm.
So there's that Mandala Moon project. Okay, so now we have that. I've got a title, I've got a tiny description. I can make that bigger later. You can edit descriptions and you can edit titles, but you cannot edit links.
Okay.
Okay. Now, right here, see, there's the word publish.
Yeah.
There's the word card ideas because that's what I was working on last. But if I click on, there's a little arrow here. This drop down shows me all my board names. But at the bottom says create board.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm going to do Celtic mugs. And I can edit the name of this board too after I've created it. So I can just do something. I can keep this board secret. I could check this box and just be working on it in the background and then publish it. But I'm going to go ahead and create it because I'm going to show you another tip. So I can publish immediately or I can publish at a later date. If you click publish at a later date,
Mhm.
here's your calendar and here's your time. But I'm going to go ahead and publish immediately because we want to go see it. And I'm good with that. You know, I'm not keeping it secret or anything like that. So this is our pin and it's create a pin. I didn't save it from a website. It's a create a pin and it's on Celtic mugs. We can see the title of our little board here. And I'm doing this because we're recording this and I want to make sure that I really have everything in here.
Appreciate it.
A little repetitiveness is helpful for me. And you know, it took me a while to learn all this. So now we're going to publish. You created a pin. Ta-da! So you can see your pin, you can promote your pin, or you can just click off and keep doing it again. So we'll go see our pin. So there's our pin.
All right.
Okay. And you can even make a comment oh, I just designed this and at 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm really excited about it. So I hope you like it. Now, anybody else looking at this right now could hit save and they could save it to one of their boards. This is
Okay.
now for somebody who's a visitor to save this pin to one of their boards. It can be an idea or something they want to remember. Oh, I don't want to buy that now, but I really love it. So this is something I might want to get later on. So they'll save it. So that's the whole idea of Pinterest, is that people can gather together archived information. And I'll show you one of my secret boards. Okay, so I'm just going to go back. So it went back to, I could create another pin. So that's why
Okay.
I got to move my little zoom window here. But if you want to go back, excuse me, if you want to go back to your boards, just go back to your picture. It takes you back to your original view. And let's see what happened. So I'm going to save, and there it is. See, this is the newest pin. So it shows up on our area that, oh, this was the latest one. And there's the mug. And one of the things you can do with this pencil, so this is a lot. So it's because you're recorded, just watch what you need to watch and do it one step at a time. But I might as well give you the full tour, okay?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Okay, great. So this is your board. Now, each one of your boards has a little pencil, just like you're used to. So if I click on that pencil, this is now your board. And your board itself, now see, like, you can change the board cover. I've only got one, so I might as well put it up there. And then there's done. So now the board, this will always be there. And you can change this by this little pencil again and edit which mug shows up on your board emblem. What people are going to see is the big picture on your board. Name Celtic mugs. This is where you can edit that description. Let's see. Now I'll be more personal. All kinds of Celtic designs. So having fun making them available as products.
I'm so glad you decided to do that, because these are really pretty.
Thank you.
They're different than what I'm doing.
Again, you can keep this board secret. And then this one, it says personalization. Show pins inspired by this board in your home feed. Well, I'm going to say no. I want people to see my stuff, not other people's stuff. And this is also when you get ready to, I have deleted boards that, in the past I've gone like, nah, that's not valid for me anymore. And I've deleted a board. So this is what you can do. And you can go back and edit these anytime you want with the little pencil. So I'm done. So the board just looks the same because I only have one mug in there. But when I'm, what I can do is I can go in and create another pin and put more mugs in there. So you need to gather up a file of images of the mugs and create a little folder on your desktop. And you need to also have like this kind of a little notes document that has, your Pinterest information. And you can just put Pinterest info as your title. And it's going to be you can go in and you can create your descriptions right here in your own little file. And then all you have to do is copy paste. Oh, that's in that section. And you can, so like this is, I'm going to title this Celtic mugs section on Etsy. And, and so now it's like, I now have this document that I can go to when I'm ready to create the pins for all of the mugs that I've created,
So
what will happen is that people who come to my my site, they'll start to see that, I have I have 45, I have 142 followers. Now, some of those followers are following specific boards and some are following me.
Mhm.
So they will get little notifications saying so-and-so posted a new pin. Okay. All right. Any questions on that right now? Because that was a lot.
No, so, oh, I did have a question. Now it's gone. Shoot.
Well, be sure to write some things down when you think of them.
Yeah, or as I go through things, if I have questions. So I'm wondering if Canva, if, I think I can get the pictures out of Canva.
You can get them off of Etsy. I'll show you. We'll grab this one. Let's see. If you click on it once, you get a big image. So it's like,
Yeah.
click that one. So when you click on it, you get the big image. Now, in my computer, I can take a screenshot, and that's all I need. And then I can rename the screenshot.
I'll have to ask Hanny how to make a screenshot
Yes.
then.
That is the down and dirty, fast and easy way to do it.
Yeah, no, that is excellent. That's easy. And then I'll have to have him show me how to use like Notepad or where it's at. Or it's probably just an app.
It's just a little app that you have in PCs, and I think it is called Notepad.
I think so too. And then I can just leave it, I'll pin it at the bottom, so I just always have it available.
Yeah. Well, if you create a little folder on your desktop that is an Etsy folder,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll have that document in there, and you'll have all your mug pictures in there. And be sure to rename the screenshots to the name of the mug.
Yeah, I gotta go back and put names on all these mugs and everything else.
Actually, I did create a board. I started a board. I see it over here, Art Gifts Etsy. Well, I'll decide which one I want to use, and then I'll delete the other one. But I wanted to show you how to create a board when you have nothing.
Yeah.
And I think it's important because you're creating so many that you categorize them. And here's another tip. And I learned this from a big Pinterest user. When you have, okay, I'm going to use garden category.
Okay.
So say you say garden mugs, so you have garden mugs. Well, besides garden mugs, you also have a garden tumbler and a garden, one of the tin cup kinds of things. Just hypothetical, or something
Yes.
like that. So you could create a different board that is tumblers.
Oh, okay.
And so now that same exact item is both in your garden mugs and in your tumblers board. So somebody might be go like, oh, tumblers, let's go take a look at that. Drinking tumblers, whatever you want to call them. And then, so people might go to the tumblers board and not the mug board, because they're not looking for mugs, but they might be interested in tumblers. You could then have a cig bottle board. You could have, in other words, you could have the same design on 4 or 5 different boards if it aligns with what that board is.
Yes, it's the different items.
For different items, and mugs could be in different places, so it just.
Well, yeah, because you have garden gnomes, and gnomes are big deals nowadays for some reason.
And you could have gnome products.
Yeah, so I can have a board for gnomes, but also a board for gardens.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, think outside of the singular board. That once it's on one board, that's where it is. You can post the same item on multiple boards. However, I would suggest that if you get into a mode, publish them on different dates. You wouldn't want a gnome mug that's on 4 boards showing up all at the same time necessarily. Spread it out. Pinterest allows you to publish across 2 weeks. Now,
Oh, the calendar.
yeah, you can do, I don't know how many you can do per day, but I've done as many as 4 or 3 or 2 and published them out across, and I changed the time because people are looking at their computers at different times. So I'll do, when I'm going to do a certain date, I'll pin one for 5 a.m., one for 3 p.m., one for 6 p.m., something like that. And I'll
Right.
have, so I'll have like 3 go out the same day, but at completely different times.
Okay,
Okay.
understood, got that.
And I know this is a massive amount of information. This is a full workshop webinar on Pinterest.
No, it's
And
perfect,
so-
it's wonderful.
Yeah, so when I'm able to get the recording to you, download it to your computer.
Yeah,
And I haven't done that in a while, so I'll figure it out.
I so appreciate that.